2021 has been over for about a month now, and it really ended in a low-key fizzle. But it's 2022 now, so I wanted to take a moment to get you caught up on what's going on. So, welcome to the update. Hey fellow Game Masters, I'm Richard Quiner, and welcome back to the RPG Daily, your daily dose of all things tabletop role-playing games, helping you build your world and master your game. And I know this intro is kind of a joke at the moment. It's not daily. It's been a while since I posted here, actually. But I got a good excuse. But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here to fill you on what went on in 2021 and to tell you what I have planned for 2022 as a way to make myself accountable to the greater internet community out there. So let's talk about it. 2021 was an interesting year, to say the least. I know as 2020 happened and COVID happened, we all kind of got a little depressed in the year of 2020. By the end of 2020, we were very excited for 2021 to hit and things to change and really get turned around. But things seemed to keep getting worse and worse, or at least stagnating in the same kind of world situation that we had been in previously. So that was 2021 in a nutshell. For me personally, though, there were a couple big things that came up in the year that kind of changed how I have to do things and how I function as an adult. One of the first ones was I ended up actually starting a consistent business with 3D printing as a way to kind of bring in some sort of income. Since I no longer had that, I was able to start a 3D printing business, and that has grown to be a substantial, it accounts for quite a bit of my time these days, which is a good thing. In addition to that, I'm getting set up to launch another side Etsy shop, which I'm going to tell you about here in a little bit. That is not necessarily game miniatures, but something else, which will also result in another YouTube channel that I need to be working on. The other big thing in 2021 was, yes, I got married. On October 16th, me and my now wife went and tied the knot, quite literally. It was a lot of work leading up to the wedding. We put a lot of time and effort into making our own decorations and making things that we wanted to add into the wedding, because we had this fantasy Lord of the Rings theme we wanted to share with our guests, and we made it happen. It was quite an event, and it just took a lot of work, so that took quite a bit of my time. Then after that, of course, we hit the holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas and these sort of things. So basically, here on the channel, everything got ground to a halt. Just a screeching halt. Even though I wanted to keep making videos, I just never could find the mental capacity or the physical energy to go and do that. But it's 2022, so I'm looking forward to turning things around and making things a little bit better and making things more. For 2022, I have quite a few projects that I'm working on, things that I hope to build with some consistency and to create something real and lasting in this year. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know I've been at this specific channel since I think 2019 is when I started it, maybe even earlier, trying to do consistent videos, but consistently failing. That's what I was actually good at. But this year I plan on doing more videos. I want to go back to making 3 longer form videos each week, but in order to capture that daily dose sentiment that I always wanted from the channel, I'm going to be doing some shorter form videos a couple times a week as well. So you'll be getting some short, 1-minute videos as well as these longer videos. But the longer videos are going to become shorter in themselves. I'm going to be shooting for around 5-minute long videos instead of 10-minute long videos. Not that I ever stretched out the time of the videos, but I'm purposely going to try to cut them down as short as possible, so I don't waste a whole lot of your time. The hope in there is that by making shorter videos, I can then put more effort into the production value, in the editing, better interesting titles, maybe some animations, things like that, that can just add a little pizzazz to the videos, then make them stand out a little more. That's kind of the idea for the main channel video content. On top of that, Legends of Yyndaer is going to be coming back. In the last couple years, I had started a thing where I was going to play some Dungeons & Dragons campaigns with you, the viewers. I'm going to be doing that. The forum has been up and live this entire time. I've been so busy I haven't checked it. I'm going to go back and do that and gather up some adventures. But the difference will be, first off, I'm only going to be doing one every 3 months. So it's not going to be a consistent rolling story. It's going to be every 3 months I'll have a new group come through and we'll play a 4-session campaign. The other difference will be I'm going to be making those live stream campaigns instead of a pre-recorded. In the past I had done pre-recorded and then I go in through and I edit them, and I find those are really tiring to go and try to edit out all the errors and the flubs and stuff like that. So instead, we're going to just make it a live game. That, I think, will make it so you, the audience, whoever views it, can participate a little more we can figure out a way for audience participation to happen live on the stream, which might be kind of cool. And it will just be a lot less work in terms of editing in order to get these things shared with the community. They can just be more of a natural community activity that we do. In addition to that, I'm going to be doing other live streams. I will be posting on the community section here on the channel to get your input on what kind of live streams you would like to see. Part of my big problem with Dungeons and Dragons and live streaming stuff is, in my mind and my learning experience and how I do things, it's very solitary. I'm the type who I sit down, I read a book or skim through a book. I'm not talking to myself constantly, so it is a different skill to learn to be communicating with somebody while also working on something. So I'm going to be finding out what kind of streams you would like to watch, whether it's session prep streams, you can join in me preparing for a campaign session, whether it's a writing session, which I'll cover more on my writing endeavors for 2022, or if it's just an idea I had before that I never really kicked off the ground, would be a GM roundtable discussion where we have a viewer comes on the show and they kind of get in the hot seat and have questions that they need help with for their campaign, and then myself and other viewers can call in and talk to them and kind of give them guidance on, or advice on their campaign. So that's another live stream idea. Things like that, I'm going to put it in the community channel here in the next couple days so you can give me some input on that. Another part of the channel, though, is going to be Fantasy Fight Club. I did one exhibition match last year with some good friends of mine, and it was a fun activity. Coming in, having them do PvP, one-on-one PvP, I thought was a really fun thing to do, and working on balancing out the system and how I feel like it should work, playing off of the main 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons rule set. So the next steps is going to be me sharing some information on how I'm revising the rules and trying to find more balance or simplify them, as well as have a couple more exhibition matches of various people from the community, other creators, have them come on and join in the games, all live streamed instead of pre-recorded. That will be a big thing. And then in the end, I would like this year to hold 2 championship tournaments. I find 16 participants. We run a bracket system, kind of a March Madness, whittle it down to the final 4 and have a whole tournament. At the end, we can give away a trophy and some accolades and have the first Fantasy Fight Club championship, which they can then come back in the next season of the championship and defend their title. Something like that I think might be kind of fun. So that's another project in the works this year. So far I have so many projects in the works and a lot going on. When it comes to writing RPG adventures, tabletop game adventures, I really like the activity. I did an adventure 2 years ago in 2020. Now that I think about it, it's been about 2 years now. In 2020, I published The Dead of Donarson, which I kind of developed on stream with a couple viewers. I had some help from Rice Combo, gave me a good poem to use as a puzzle. This year I want to do even more writing, but rather than stress myself out and trying to publish an adventure in 1 month, I'm going to give myself 3 months. So every quarter, my plan is to publish an adventure of different levels. So this first one that I want to publish by the end of March, which I really need to get started on this, will be low level adventure, 1 through 3 or 4 kind of thing. April through June I will be writing another one. July, August, September I write another one, and October, November, December I write one more. So there's 4 kind of intersecting storylines that I want to write out and publish as a full adventure. So that's another goal for this year, which might end up being on the stream. I honestly, when I was doing those streams in 2020, I didn't think people really liked them, but that'll be in the community post. Either way, that's another goal. More published content, RPG adventures for you to use. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is opening up another YouTube channel, but this time more focused on my hobby/business of 3D printing. It will be about how to use 3D prints that you can buy, and this is partially because of my business. I want to share what I do and find more people of the like mind who like what I do, but also because 3D printing for tabletop gaming is growing so much that it's really easy to go out and find almost any model you want from a 3D printer. But sometimes how to use those models might be confusing for some people, so I'm just going to go over how to take care of models in resin 3D printing and filament 3D printing. You can see I have 2 machines behind me. I'll be announcing that channel on here as well to try and drum up some viewers over there. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to keep an eye out for that. And last, in business, I'm starting another shop that is going to be prop-based business. So prop 3D printing, if you like Star Wars, any of the science fiction things, if you like cosplaying, those kind of things are the kind of items I'll be creating, just a bare bones, for example, a Mandalorian helmet. I can do a bare bones 3D print of a Mandalorian helmet and ship that out, and someone can sand it and fix it up and paint it. Those kind of things is another side business I'll be doing, but I'll be talking about more on that one on the other channel. So, as you can see, I've kind of rambled for the last bit. I have so much going on this year that I'm going to try to accomplish, and I'm hoping that by posting this, I can feel like I need to be held accountable for that. So check back. I hope that I can give you a lot of good content this year. I hope that I can make the content better, more interesting, more informative for you, especially since we have a whole new revamp of Dungeons & Dragons coming out in the next year or so. We have a lot to talk about, so thank you for checking out this video. If you like the idea of what's coming up in this new year, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment on the video, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see. If you want to see live streams of something, let me know in the comments below. Let me know just anything you want to see on the channel. I'm kind of an open slate at this point, willing to make whatever you feel like having me make. Yeah, I just want to make some stuff. Anyways, I've been Richard. Thanks for watching.